The past January 28th, the XB-1 aircraft, better known as America's answer to the famous Concorde, took its first supersonic flight, breaking the sound barrier over the Mojave Desert in California, the same historic airspace where the legendary pilot Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier for the first time in 1947. But this time, it is the first time an independently developed supersonic jet had broken the sound barrier. Boom was the company in charge of building what they promised to be the fastest airliner ever made. It took the air first on March 2024 and has since completed 12 successful test flights, being Boom's precursor for their supersonic commercial airliner, Overture. The plane was flown by Boom's chief test pilot Tristan Gepetto Brandenburg. 12 minutes into the flight, it accelerated to Mach 1.122 speed, or 750 miles per hour, which makes around 10% faster than the speed of sound, and it reached an altitude of 35,000 feet. Prior to this, the fastest speed the XB-1 had reached was Mach 0.95 on January 10th, barely below the supersonic speed threshold Mach 1. Boom doesn't only want to have the fastest airliners on their fleet, but are also looking to be the first commercial passenger airline that runs 100% on sustainable aviation fuel, a biofuel made from waste like used cooking oil, corn grains, and even agricultural waste, basically turning it into a green and more sustainable plane that is also capable of longer flights and cheaper tickets for passengers, with Boom's CEO Blake Skull stating that he thinks one day sustainable fuel will be used for all long-haul air travel and that it will be the future of aviation. This airplane is highly anticipated and already has 130 orders and pre-orders from some of the biggest commercial airlines around the world, such as American, United, and Japan Airlines. According to Skoll, he expects supersonic planes to take over conventional airliners in the next few years. As he stated in an interview back in early 2024, "I very much believe in the return of supersonic air travel and ultimately to bring it to every passenger on every route." Boom plans to have Overture operating before the end of the decade, carrying 64 to 80 passengers at Mach 1.7 speed, about twice the speed of today's subsonic airliners. And back in 2021, Skoll expressed that his dream was for people to one day be able to fly anywhere in the world in 4 hours for $100, and back in 2024, he confirmed that's still his goal. The XB-1 test was used to prove the new technologies developed by Boom Supersonic. However, like Concorde, the XB-1 also has a long nose and high angle of attack for takeoff and landing, which interrupts the pilot's view of the runway. But while the Concorde dealt with this issue by making a movable droop nose, Boom developed an augmented reality vision system that enables excellent runway visibility for the pilots, making the plane lighter and less complicated. When the Concorde was developed in the 1960s using wind tunnels, they had to constantly build physical models to run tests, which obviously in the modern world is not very sustainable to test so many designs that cost millions of dollars and take so much time to develop. But thanks to computational fluid dynamics, Boom was able to develop the efficient aerodynamic design of the XB-1 for a fraction of the cost as if they had used a real wind tunnel. With the aircraft being made almost entirely out of carbon fiber, it makes for a lightweight and very strong plane designed to be powered by conventional jet engines running on 100% sustainable aviation fuel. The construction of Boom's Overture Superfactory in Greensboro, North Carolina was finished last year, and they are set to produce 66 Overture aircraft a year, and this XB-1 test not only demonstrates that Boom for sure has the technology and tools to deliver supersonic commercial travel, but that they indeed are making the future of aviation a reality for today's world. This was all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to share and subscribe to Big Aviation for more.